Hello everybody, I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm Fynn it to win it with a Deathtouch deck. In Double Finale, I'm making use of two new cards from Strixhaven. Three, I suppose. We've got a little bit of Valentin and Lisette. Valentin is in this deck because they are an adequate hate card against a lot of the Lurrus decks, any sacrifice decks you might come across. This is a standard deck I'm playing right here. And Lisette is in this deck because she works wonderfully with Hooded Blightfang. Hooded Blightfang, on attack, can gain life, which triggers Lisette's ability. You pay 1, you put +1/+1 counters on it, and Deathtouch plus Trample equals damage going through, which is good for Fynn. Fynn is the name maker for this deck, Fynn being the only card in Magic Arena that has poison counters associated with it. Excuse me? What? Alright, I'm down with Fynn. I built a similar deck to this before, but what it didn't have was the ability to make multiple Fynns. So how do you make more than one Fynn out on the battlefield at a time? Well, the first way you do it is with Double Major. When you're casting Fynn, you Double Major it, and then you have 2 of them on the battlefield, which means that if both of them hit the opponent at the same time, you actually get 8 of those poison counters on the opponent. It's a very quick way to end the game. Now there's another way to make multiples, and it's with Echoing Equation. Echoing Equation, which is the backside of the Augmenter Pugilist, who's also quite a beater of a card, especially when you get to 8 mana. This card means that all your creatures are the same creature. So let's say your opponent is at 10 life, and you've got 4 creatures out, and one of them's a Hooded Blightfang. You cast Echoing Equation targeting your Blightfang. Boom! They all attack, they trigger off each other, and that's 16 damage out of nowhere. It's very, very strong. This deck has a teeny bit of removal. I threw in some Bloodchief's Thirst, but these being Deathtouch creatures, they are a lot of removal just on their own. There's also Binding of the Old Gods in here because it's a fantastic card. It really does do everything, and it also fetches these Zagoth Triomes, which help with fixing to get this blue splash in here. And I know it's a splash with double blue pips, but it works quite well. So we're going to take this into the ranked queue and see if we can find some opponents who are, I don't know, ready to deal with the Deathtouch. This is a nice start. I've got a 1-drop. I've got this very good 3-drop. I've got a 4-drop, which is our removal ramp and finishing fun. I could hold on to this for the Profane Insight, but since I've got 2 other 3-drops, I don't think it's necessary. Aha! A 2-drop! Just for me! Wait a second. Clearwater. Okay, so that's black or blue. So that does give me double black if I want to play Scavenger next turn. Mire Triton, by the way, being a Deathtoucher is nice. The mill isn't really relevant, but the 2 life is good if I happen to have Lisette out. Ooh, okay, Hushbringer. I'm actually all done with playing my cards that have entered the battlefield. Sorry, Mire Triton, you did what you needed to. And I've got a Bloodchief's Thirst if I need it, but I think it's time to start slamming down some damage. I'm going to swing in here and get those Blightfang triggers. Blightfang, by the way, has an additional line of text which has been relevant once in playing this deck. Did you know that if you hit a Planeswalker with the Deathtouch creature while the Blightfang is out, it dies? I have completely forgotten this, but it says it right there on the card. It says it right there on the card. Well, it must be true. I don't like that you just gain life. I don't like that I think you're a life gain aggro deck. So I'm kind of feeling that I want to hit you, but I'd rather just body you with the Scavenger. Unfortunately, this Hallowblade is kind of rude in that they can just discard to keep it alive. However, I am very aggressive, so I'm going to swing in here with everybody anyway, because it's free damage. Lovely. It's also giving me life. Who will you trade with? My Mire Triton? Alright, see you later, fishy. You don't want to discard, do you? Oh, this is a life gain deck. So there's a Linden, and that's going to inform my next moves. By which I mean, here comes Nighthawk Scavenger. The more cards you put in your graveyard, the better my Scavenger gets. We're gonna see maybe a Heliod this turn. Daxos. Maul. Okay, we're going shopping. This will gain them 3 life. Oh, only if they attack. And I guess they're just not interested. So I'm gonna go ahead and Finding the Old Gods. I was thinking about Bloodchief's Thirsting here, but I don't need to. So do I get rid of the Maul or the Shusher? I'm gonna get rid of the Maul. I don't want them to have any access to First Strike, because it is very strong against Deathtouch, and I am once again swinging in with everybody. Because it's good damage. If I had lethal this turn, hitting the Hushbringer with Bloodchief's Thirst, I think I would have aimed for that, but I don't believe I had lethal, even with no blockers. Ooh, okay. Offering me some trades in these trying times. Bye, Shusher. I can use Bloodchief's Thirst to tap the Hollow Blade on a future turn. And so far, they have creatures and artifacts in their graveyard, so that is why Nighthawk Scavenger has +2/+2, but encouraging them to discard maybe a land? You want to discard an instant, right? Another Hushbringer? This person has clearly gone up against a lot of Enter the Battlefield. They discarded for no reason there. We weren't dealing any damage to the Hollow Blade, but shh, don't tell them that. It's a secret. It's a secret. Sacrifice your dog. Okay, or don't. It's a secret because it's lethal. That's the secret. Is that we're going to kill the opponent. I am the most powerful of wizards. More Fynn. I didn't get to do the doubling Fynn. We didn't even see Fynn this game. Being able to double your legendary creatures for 2 mana is very nice, and being able to, say, quadruple them for 5 mana is totally worth it, even though you don't get extra copies. It's cool. So I've got a good mana in this opening hand. I've got a turn 1 Death Toucher into a turn 2 Fynn. That is exactly the kind of start I want. The eye twitch. They're probably going to be happy to trade here. Still going for it. This is going to be a Sedgemoor Witch deck. We were just playing one of these earlier today that uses Plum and Sedgemoor Witch, and usually Witherbloom Apprentice, or possibly just Bastion of Remembrance, to deal indirect damage to the opponent. It makes a lot of pests, too. It's a very pesty deck. Delicious pests. Come here. Want to block? No, you don't. That's right. I don't really want to use up my removal. I know I have a lot of removal in my hand, and I don't really need all this removal, but I want to save this for, like, the Witherbloom Apprentices. I want to save this for non-creatures, exactly like that. So there is a Bastion, and I'm going to try to line up double blue and double green here by using the Binding. It's going to get the Triome. See you later. And I'll swing in again. You want to chump block? You want to wait until you have 3 of these? They're going to wait until they have 3. Look at these little buggies. I love my little bugaboos. Oof, ow. Such necrotic fumes! Alright, well, rip. We knew it was gonna happen. There we go, we get the Zagoth Triome, and here comes the Nighthawk Scavenger. Now there are 3 different types of cards in their graveyard. There is a creature, a sorcery, 2 sorceries, and an enchantment. So my Nighthawk Scavenger is mighty, mighty fine. And my opponent doesn't have green mana yet, which means that they're kind of cut off from one of their colors, unless this is a mono black version of the deck. It's not, they've just missed their lands before this turn. Sedgemoor Witch. Alright, there's the spooky girl. That's who we were saving this for. Yeah, great. You gave it Deathtouch. It did not need Deathtouch, buddy. I think I'm gonna swing in. I'm not playing the Blightfang this turn. And I am going to pay the 3 life to kill the Sedgemoor Witch. Again, this is what enables the deck to do the thing with Plum, so I may as well kill it now. I could also Bloodchief's Thirst the Pest token, but I don't think I want to, or that I need to. Dina! Hey, Dina! You are also well worth bleeding out, especially when you don't have any mana to sacrifice any pests. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to Bloodchief's Thirst on Dina. Didn't really matter when during the turn I did that. Here's the Hooded Blightfang. Going to swing in. That's going to deal an extra 1 damage. And I'm going to play out the Zagoth Triome as a land because, I don't know, maybe I don't need 2 Blightfangs. Maybe I do want 2 Scavengers next turn. Or maybe I just want this to be an 8/8 with Trample. Ah, Dina again! And now they do have some lands so they can drain me for life if they need to. Heartless Act. R.I.P. Scavenger. Yeah, the Pugilist is quite punchy. And you start getting to high amounts of mana, so I'm actually going to play out the Pugilist and this land, and then if I top deck a land next turn, boom, 8/8 with Trample. I'm not swinging in with the Blightfang because I don't want them to block it. It would give me a chance to kill Dina, but I don't want to lose my Blightfang. I don't want to lose the baby! My sweet little baby. My little snake. One more land. One more land. Okay. Maybe they'll sacrifice the ones that are blocking? I don't know what's going on here. Oh, they're plumbing those. Wait, they're not even gonna let 2 of them go through? Okay, I guess not. So, that is the first plum, the Forbidden. Pickled Plumber 2. Deals some damage to me with Dina, and it draws them a bunch of cards. We need some time to think about things. Oh, Sedgemoor Witch! Okay. Hey, Sedgemoor Witch. Oh, and an eye twitch. Fynn! Finn's like, hee, it's just me. I'm still swinging in this turn. Any trades I could get would be good. And if the Deathtouch goes through, then Fynn gets a little bit of an advantage here. Little worried about what cards they could still learn off the eye twitch, but they also might want to just discard and draw at this point. Oh, okay. They let all the damage go through, so they might be looking for a combo kill this next turn. You gonna kill me? Are your eyes going to twitch at me? Fervently and furiously? Yeah, yep, that guy's Fynn. Oh, he's dead.
I'm in danger.
Okay, Finn's dead. You have another plum? You have to be really careful with that. Alright, so they're swinging in with everything. Going for some maximized damage. They have 1 blocker, this Pest. The ability to sacrifice things on demand with Dina. If I get a land, this is going to be an 8/8. Do you have another Heartless Act in hand? So they acted very quickly using that on Fynn this turn. Okay, fine. I guess the deck only wants to give me lands when I don't want lands, and give me kind of functional other stuff otherwise. Alright, so we're going to swing in here. They can... There's got to be something that they've got that I can't see. But I don't know what it is. Otherwise, they're dead here. They could sacrifice the bug to gain life, blocking the Blightfang. But that still it puts them at 3, and then they die. Oh? 2 mana? Is it time to plum? Plum will actually cause them to lose more life overall? Oh, right. So they gain a life, they get the pests, and then they lose a life. 2 life. Ah, Mortality Sphere! I see what they were doing. That's cute. Nice to see some cool new tech. So Mortality Sphere is quite strong, really. It's kind of like Binding the Old Gods in that it can destroy virtually everything. It can't destroy lands. It ends up being very cheap and instant speed if you're running pests and you have these little sources of life gain. They already used a Necrotic Fumes. They might be running more than one. They wanted to sacrifice their eye twitch. Ooh, no, they're going for another bug hunt. Getting a bugaboo, and there is a second Necrotic Fumes. Assume they're gonna take out my Hooded Blightfang here. I'm learning. They had to do that, otherwise when I attacked, unless they had life to sacrifice some pests, they'd be dead. They're stabilizing with so many bugs! And I've already used up... how many of my Blightfangs? Is there just the... just the one? Okay, so there's still 3 Blightfangs left in my deck. I don't really have any card draw. I can cycle the Zagoth Triomes. These little ones are so good against my wee Mire Tritons. I'm gonna take a lot of damage. How many plums have you used? 1, 2... Alright. Oof. Big oof. Oh, to be my opponent at 2 life. And the ability to gain currently 6 more. It's like right here, I have the Hooded Blightfang. And I'm going to swing in, but they can just sacrifice 2 pests to stay alive. I do have to do this before blockers. That was smart. Now the pointy babies get blocked, and they may as well let them go through. I don't think it really makes a difference. There's no reason to sacrifice them. And then I'm taking even more damage next turn. Oh, I'm wondering if they're considering sacrificing the eye twitch here? They're lining up lethal? I think they've got lethal for next turn anyway. Because I can't block Sedgemoor Witch, she has Menace. So that's 3. Then there's another 3 from 1/1s on the ground, so that's 6. 1 in the air, and then Dina can finish me off by sacrificing everything else. So I block Dina. Lovely. Or they could just have lethal by attacking. I didn't do the math. Why would I? Got my turn 1s, I've got some removal, I've got lots of colors of lands. Looks like a good start to me. I'm going to lead with the Clearwater Pathway and Foulmire Knight, the stinky, stinky knight. I don't really need the blue mana until later in the game. Gonna play out the Zagoth Triome, because I have nothing else to do on turn 2. They didn't even play anything for me to remove. Now, if they had played a Tangle Forahedron, or if they play one this turn, oh, I am ready to kill it. The thirst of the vampires, it hungers. Oh my god, no! No! I almost called them Jericho? Yurko? Hello, it's Yurko. Oh, I'm going to kill the serpent. I don't want to trade with my Foulmire Knight. My Foulmire Knight is more valuable. And so stinky. Boop. Alright, Garruk's Harbinger. I actually can't kill that with Binding the Old Gods. But I can still swing in with my Foulmire Knight. Okay, they ain't going for it. So I'm going to have the choice between blocking here. I want to keep being aggressive. Letting them draw. I think that that's fairly safe. Letting them get a creature or Garruk. I may be wrong. I might have wanted to lead this back. Oh, they have their own binding. Goodbye, Nighthawk Scavenger. Who binds the binding? They got a Stonecoil Serpent. And I got a Pugilist. Alright. Pugilist, I'll just play your front side here. And I suppose I'll chill. Since I think I'll be going for a trade between you and you. Damn, I didn't have one more land, or I could have had 2 Pugilists. I feel like with my splash into blue with this deck, I could definitely add in some more just vanilla card draw. Maybe a Eureka moment or something of that sort. And I block my 1/1 for their 4/3. Now they could make a 5/5. They could make a 4/4 and then potentially have a Primal Might. That would stink. Oh, or they could just have another Binding the Old Gods. Play it as a 1/1. Play it as a 1/1. Do it. Do it. Okay, fine. Don't do it. So now I'm in it with the double Fynns, the non-legendary token copy, and the IRL. This is my Fynn. They're ramping, their lack of creatures are all getting Deathtouch. Time for Stonecoil Serpent? It very dies to these things. I'm here for killing a Stonecoil Serpent. Okay, they're actually casting Turntimber Symbiosis, which is going to get them a creature from their from the top 7 cards. They got Questing Beast. Alright. I can't block it, but I can kill it. And I'm gonna go with Binding because that gets me ramp and it does some other cool stuff. And then they're gonna get a whole bunch of poison counters, which I am super duper into. Kill it. Is dead. Swing in. They get. Oh, is that 8? Is that 8 poison counters from just 2 little Fynns? That's what I'm talking about. That's why we have Fynn, who is double majoring in poisonology. Alright, so Binding the Old Gods will not get counters so long as they have Vorinclex. But, like, we have removal? Well, like, I have removal. But what? What? I don't... Alright, sure. Okay, cool. I won't even bother killing the Stonecoil Serpent. Just go for it. They super lose the game. They super die here. Nice. I beat whatever this deck was. Golgari midrange, I guess. My next opponent is Noelle. That is the name of one of my boyfriend's friends. I don't think she spells it like that, though. We got the mana. I got a snake removal. This isn't actually useful right now. Hello, opponent. Why are you mulling over your mulligan? You're taking your sweet, sweet time. You're thinking. Why are you thinking so much? Stop thinking. Just embrace the Magic the Gathering. Oh, there we go. They have indeed thrown back their original 7 cards. Drawn a fresh set. I wonder if it was one of those, like, borderline hands where it's like, well, eventually it might be okay, or I'm missing the 1 land that I should really take, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. A snow-covered forest with a little fluffy owl in it. Oh, and a Swarm Shambler. Oh, do I let them have, do I let them get the 1/1? I'm gonna wait a turn. Because they might play a Conclave Mentor right here. And I want to be ready for it. Keep it back. Don't attack. Give it a +1/+1 counter. Okay. Cool. Nothing's happening. This is weird. I don't know what to do. I don't like it when people don't do a thing, because then I don't know what I should do. It makes me very nervous.
It's just a wee baby 1/1.
It's just a wee baby 1/1. Now it's a wee baby 2/2. Haha, but I have Deathtouch. I'm pointy. Very pointy. Yorvo? Alright, show me your secrets. Noelle, I'm very curious about what mono green you are running right now. Lovestruck Beast. But just a 1/1? Okay, it's Baby City now. This is baby. This is baby. Fynn, you want to be baby too? You can be baby, like, in a turn. You want to be baby in, like, a turn? Yeah, you can be baby in, like, a turn. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this Worm Shambler right now. Because I don't trust it. Also, this way they don't get the insect token, because it is not a spell. It's an enter the battlefield effect. And I swing in with my Hooded Blightfang. My hissy baby. And I get my damage in.
It is just a 1/1.
It cannot change this. I needed to remove one of those blockers there, otherwise they could have killed my Blightfang, and I would only be killing one of those. Ooh, it's Questing Beast! Ooh, well, Questing Beast. Choices. Do I go for 2 Fynns this turn? Maybe trade my snake into that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna let them have their Questing Beast for a turn. So right here, I have to be careful about my tapping. And I'm going to play Fynn, and we're going to double major. I studied Phynology. Finish? Yeah, I studied Finish. I should probably hold on to that for cycling. Offer you a trade? My 1/4 for your 4/4? Ha! The counters! Oh, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. And look, all my creatures are gonna get Deathtouch next turn. It's great. Okay, that gains them some life, but we're not, like, killing them with life damage here. So hopefully they got a fight spell, or they might be in trouble. That is not a fight spell. It is a snake. It is a little tiny snake. Hello, little tiny snake. I love you. I want to kiss you. Well, just like that. Okay. Oh, even better! Alright, so first things first, I'm actually just gonna be like, your Stone Coil Serpent, because it dies real good, real easy. Here comes the Questing Beast. Friend to all, it's Questing Beast. 3 heads. All deads. So if any of these makes contact, they are on big doo-doo. Well, any 2 of them. Because each of these is going to generate 4 poison counters, and that's going to make them very much lose the game. And Questing Beast did something too. It's like, hey, do you have a Planeswalker? I'll hurt that too. They don't have a Planeswalker, Questing Beast. Nobody cares about your 19th line of text. Doing good, Fynn. Winning that mission Fynn possible over here. 2 Fynns, more fun. I have an okay hand here. It's a lot of Foulmire Knights. A lot of sneaky boys. I will keep this. Let's see what I draw. I do another Fynn. I'm gonna lead with a Foulmire Knight over setting up for a turn 2 Fynn here. Because either way, I'm not attacking with Fynn on the second turn. Well, since I don't have green mana out, that would not make a difference. I'll play this and, I guess, attack in with a Foulmire Knight. Get out a second one. opponent is playing a Jeskai deck. I've seen some Jeskai Magma Opus decks, and I'm wondering if that's what I'm seeing right here. Jeskai being blue, and red, and white, and search for glory for Showdown of the Skulls? Showdown of the Skulls doesn't feel very good on an empty board. Alright, I'm gonna just go for a maximum finitude here by just going as wide as I possibly can. I've got a backup Fynn in case this one dies. Because this is lethal next turn if they don't have blockers or removal. Alright, so that has first strike, which means that I cannot attack in with Fynn. But I can still play out Hooded Blightfang, also known as Hissy Baby. This could be Vadric Mutate. That's a cool combo list that you see every so often. I actually did a Jank Tank episode on it. And there we go. I had to make sure, though, that, like, Fynn can't die in the first strike damage, because then they don't get poison counters. Hello there! You lose the game! Good job, Fynn! You're doing great. Look at me ranking up in the Platinum queue. I didn't play any ranked for the first half of this month. I was busy. Arena Cube was there. I wanted to play Arena Cube. Who wouldn't want to play Arena Cube? Okay. Turn 2, Chevy. Hope to draw a land, and then a beautiful curve from there. Let's make it work. Let's make it work, Zagoth Triome. I refuse to put Snarls in this deck. I feel like the fewer basic land types I have, and the more pathways, the Snarls get worse and worse. Oh, nice. The Light Scribe is really good. I've seen some Leonin Light Scribe with and without Luris. This deck oftentimes has like 10/10 creatures on turn 3. Just on the attack, it's very strong. Really hope that I can draw land here. Oh, okay, so I'm being duressed, which means that there goes my Binding the Old Gods. I probably don't want to block here. There's a couple instant speed protection spells. Okay, well, they're not giving me a choice anyway because they're making this fly. Whee! Well, I'm going to mark you for death, and then be very upsetty that I did not get the thing to trade with you. Dang it. Yeah, I'll just chill. I didn't get a land. I've had a lot of trouble, actually, with lining up lands in this deck. I think I'm at 24 lands right now, and it maxes out at, like, this spell. Okay, they know that it's bad. They get to swing in here, and I'm actually going to play defensively, I think, by playing the Nighthawk Scavenger over one of the Blightfangs and swinging in. They gotta have something here. They have 2 Light Scribes, though. There is no way I am not blocking, because they could chain together 4 spells here and deal 10 damage with that. I know, it's wild. It is wild how good that can be. Alright, so I actually have a piece of hate right here. This Valentin. And I have to decide if I want to play it this turn or not. I think I don't. I'm going to swing in with Chevill, though. If they're interested in a double, they are not. Here comes a Hooded Blightfang. Yeah, Valentin is able to exile those creatures when they die. See what they have. It's so tense, like, trying to figure out what they're playing, how much damage they're going to be able to deal on a given turn. They have 3 cards in hand, but those cantrips, things like Defiant Strike, they can do quite a bit. So they are doing a Lash of Malice. So this will trade. Goodbye, beautiful snake. But hello, 3 life and a card. Alright, so there's Luris. Luris directly into another Light Scribe. I'm actually going to take out this Luris here. I just drew this, so here's the binding. Kill the Luris. You can no longer recur from your graveyard until you get a spell that lets you recur from your graveyard. Ahaha! Very good. Search for a forest. I'll take a Triome, thank you. Get another green source out. Here comes a Hooded Blightfang and Fynn. And I'm gonna start just having a fun time here. Swinging in with Chevill. Dealing a little damage with the Blightfang. I've got another Blightfang in hand. They know about it because they saw it with their duress. Running out of fuel now that your kitty cat's gone. Hit number 1 with the Fynn poison counters is active. Clarion Spirit rewards them for casting multiple spells per turn. We're swinging in here. I'm willing to sacrifice both of these. Let's see what they got. Now, again, I'm going to block almost every time that it's offered to me in this matchup because I know how explosive their damage is. And because I blocked there, they are out of fuel and we're gonna win. GG! I love to see it. My opponent probably doesn't. So how about them apples winning a whole bunch of games with Fynn? Thank you all so much for watching. And thank you also to my new editor, Amanda, for putting this video together. You the best! If you ever want to check these videos being recorded live, you can go to twitch.tv/Amazonian. That's my channel. And I'm streaming every day except for Tuesdays, starting at around 9 a.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there.